Hello, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Salam. This is Tushar, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about the sentence structure in Punjabi and how it is. So, in the Punjabi language, the normal, and keep in mind that I'm using the word, and I can highlight it, it doesn't really come out correctly. Let me just use this. Normal sentence structure is SOV, and keep in mind of the word normal. And in English, the sentence structure, there's no word normal there, keep that in mind. In English, the normal sentence structure is SVO. Now, you may be asking, what does S, V, and O mean? Well, S is the subject. O, or V is the verb, and O is the object. The object. Now, what is a subject? What is a verb? And what is an object? Subject is who or what performs the action. So like if we take the sentence, Tushar, which is me, eats food. Tushar eats food. Tushar would be the subject. So let's underline that with red. Subject. Because I am performing the action. So Tushar is performing the action. So the subject performs action. Performs action. Right? Excuse my handwriting, I'm writing with the mouse, but the subject performs action. Performs an action. The verb is the action. So in this sentence, the verb is eats. Eats is the verb because that is the action. That is the action. And object is the thing that receives the action. So object receives action. So in this sentence, food would be the action because I am eating the food, right? Eat, it is affecting this object because it is being eaten. It's receiving an action. The verb is the action. I am eating. Eats is the action. And subject is who is doing it. Me. Now in Punjabi, right, the sentence structure, if we put the Punjabi sentence structure on English, well, the normal sentence structure would be Tushar food eats. That is the literal structure in Punjabi. Subject, object, verb. So let's underline them again. Subject, object, verb. That is why up here I said that in Punjabi the normal sentence structure is SOV, not SVO. In English, Tushar food eats is not a sentence. It's just three random words, well, two words and a name. They don't mean anything. In Punjabi, this would mean something. So I'm going to write this in Gurmukhi first, and then I'll write this in Shahmukhi, but of course it's not going to look that great, so I wouldn't look at my handwriting to figure out how to write because I'm writing with the mouse, but it would be Tushar. So I'll write this in red. Tushar, Tushar, khana, which is food. Khana means food. Khana, kha, khana, kha, reha, and I'll tell you why we add reha. Ka, reha, hai. Well, actually, I'll leave that in black. Hai. And then in Shamukhi, Tushar, khana, so khana, the word is different. It has in Gurmukhi it would have a bindi right here or a dot, but that's what bindi means, and that's what we would call it in Punjabi. But in Shamukhi we don't have, well, we do have one. It's just a ka with, you know, this, but we usually just use kh instead of kaf and do chashmi hai. Do, if I could write correctly today, do chashmi hai. So instead of this, we write this instead. And Microsoft wants to screw up what I wrote, but that's fine because I'm getting rid of it anyways. So Tushar, khana, kha, reha, oh wait, no, I wrote that wrong. Reha, hai. I forgot to remove this. Yeah, so the structure in Punjabi is normal structure. It's subject, object, verb, not subject, verb, object, which is in English. So Tushar khana kha reha hai or Tushar khana kha reha hai, which even though I'm writing it as a khe, you'll hear people also just say Tushar khana kha reha hai, even though there's a khe there. So, you know, it depends, but this is how the sentence structure is. Now, reha, okay, so like if we removed reha and said Tushar khana kha hai, that doesn't really mean anything. Reha just means like Tushar khana kha reha hai, he's doing it. Reha is like, I guess you could say like a like how in Japanese you'd have particles and stuff that mean like, oh, this particle, like the wa particle in Japanese means that this like it's belonging to, or it means like you know, this is it's like the word is. This isn't the word is. The word is in Punjabi is this one, hai, but reha just means like he's doing it. So Tushar, food, eating, is, so is eating. Well, loosely translates to is, because this is the actual word is, but the best way I can explain it is just you have to put that there to show that he is doing it. Otherwise, if you don't put that there, the sentence actually is confusing and I can't even understand it. So yeah, unless it was written down, then of course I'd be like, oh, you forgot the word reha, but that's pretty much what it means. So you may be wondering, Tushar, earlier you told me the normal sentence structure. What do you mean by normal? Well, in Punjabi, the thing is that there is no exact structure. Punjabi is one of the few languages, one of the few languages in the world, that might be a stretch, but Punjabi is a language where the sentence structure, you can kind of put things anywhere. You can actually say Khana Tushar kha reha hai. You could put object, subject, verb. You could say kha reha hai Tushar khana. You could say khana Tushar khana kha reha hai Tushar, as long as you put a comma afterwards. You can put the sentence structure literally however you want. So you're probably thinking, okay, so can I see this in could I say this as a verb? Can I put it in SVO like in English? So could I say Tushar kha reha khana? Well, yeah, and then you can remove hai. You wouldn't need that, or you could keep it. But if you keep it, then you have to have these three next to each other. But yeah, like these three have to be with each other. This has to be with itself, and this has to be with itself. If I could actually make a circle properly. But yeah, as long as you practically follow that, you're doing it right. Let me also circle this. So this, circle this, this, and then this. So like you could say, say khana kha reha hai, and then put a comma, Tushar. It means food eating Tushar, which sounds weird, but khana kha reha hai Tushar. If you don't put the comma, then it literally means, then this becomes the subject and that becomes the object, and without the comma it would be the food is eating Tushar, which is just weird. And if that ever happened, I would be scared for humanity. But you would have to put a comma afterwards, and then it would be khana kha reha hai Tushar, not khana kha reha hai Tushar. That's just weird. And then you could also say kha reha hai khana. You could say kha reha hai khana Tushar, meaning eating food is, so eating food Tushar. So like Tushar is eating food, is eating food Tushar. Pretty much would mean that. So like kha reha hai khana Tushar, backwards, or kha reha hai khana Tushar. Either way, the sentence structure in Punjabi, you can mix it around a lot. It's understandable. Of course, you're gonna have to put a pause if a comma is supposed to be there. Like, don't say khana kha reha hai Tushar and just without a comma say that. People are gonna be, wait a minute, what? You will have, if you for some reason wanted to say that, which I just don't recommend doing this, because if you're a beginner, then you're gonna have a hard time speaking with people if you're purposely using the wrong not the normal structure. But if you say khana kha reha hai comma Tushar, then yeah, you could say that and people would understand. May get confused because they might not hear that sudden comma. They might not hear the comma because the comma is just you just not talking, right? So they might not hear that and be like, wait a minute, how is the food eating you? But as a foreigner, I think you'd get away by that. If I said that, it'd be like, yo, what is he saying? But I would just recommend you follow the normal structure to sound normal. Like, again, you could say, and if you want to say with the verb, Tushar kha reha hai khana. This is the second normal way. The second normal way is to put it SVO. So let me write it down somewhere here. Like, you have the first place would be SOV, then you have SVO, then you have OVS, which doesn't exist in English. But you can let me see if you could you could also actually do object subject verb. Khana Tushar kha reha hai. You could say that. But if you had to go by this would be the most normal, this would be the second most normal, third most normal, this would just be weird. But I recommend using the first one. Learn it. Don't avoid learning it because there is a way to normally say it with the English structure. The reason is just so you don't sound weird. If somebody in English, now okay, I can't really map this onto English, because if I said Tushar food eats, then you would get confused. But you might be slightly able to understand. But if you said, if I came up to you and said, and I pointed at myself, right? Like some other guy pointed at me and said, Tushar, and pointing at me eating food, and said, Tushar, food eats, right? You would be able to understand, oh yeah, he is eating food. You'd be like, yeah, he's eating food. But it sounds weird, right? It sounds strange. It sounds, how you would say in Punjabi, ajeeb, right? So you would want to use the correct structure. You want to say, you would want your friend to be like, yo, Tushar is eating food, instead of saying, yo, Tushar food eating. It would just not sound right. In English, it sounds like completely off. In Punjabi, it just sounds weird. Like, and me personally, I have said both SOV and SVO, but like these two structures you can normally say. So like if I said mera naam Tushar hai, which is the normal way of saying my name is Tushar, you could also say mera naam Tushar hai. I mean, mera naam hai Tushar, which means my name is Tushar. Mera naam Tushar hai is my name Tushar is, right? Which those two are fine. But if you said naam mera Tushar hai, which you can say that, it sounds weird. It sounds a little weird. It makes sense, but it sounds weird. So like, I would stick to SOV and not SVO either, because like there's some cases where SVO also sounds strange. You'll probably tackle that later down the road learning Punjabi, but because of that reason, just learn SOV instead of SVO and just put the object before the verb. Now this is a very simple sentence, and because of that, this is a very simple example, very simple sentence, very simple example, very simple way of showing this. But it's gonna be like, there's not just subject, object, verb. Like that's the basic structure, but like you can like change that around a lot. And like the bigger and bigger sentences get, the bigger and bigger things will change. The bigger changes will occur. So like just to stay on the safe side, I would highly advise for you to use subject, object, verb, just to avoid sounding weird. But that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. And remember that the normal structure in Punjabi is SOV, but you can use SVO, and you can use these other ones too. If you want to take a note of these, I would recommend taking a note of this the most. This you can find on Google pretty easily. Not the Punjabi example, but the English example you can find easily. This you might want to copy down, but just pause the video when you want to copy something down. But I would recommend copying this and then these examples, but like twisting it around. So like, if you wanted to write an example for object, verb, subject, you write the object, verb, object, verb, subject, and that's how you want to do it. But yeah, so take notes if you want to, but that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope this video helped a lot. If I messed up somewhere in the video, like anywhere, like, oh, I put this in the wrong color or something, I don't know, then tell me in the comments below, and I'll write, and you can and you'll know if I messed up somewhere in the video. Post-production, I'll edit it if I see it or re-record it, but if I don't, then you'll see it in the top comment, in the comment section, where I'll write like edit, that, oh, this is how it was supposed to be spelled, or this was actually supposed to be colored, or no, this is not an actual way to speak, like sentence structure wise, though I'm pretty sure I got most of them right. Yeah, but besides that, I just want to end the video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.